Welcome, knife enthusiasts from around the world. I have a video here about Sowbelly Stockmans. Now, this is a pattern that I have been reluctant to get. They call it the Sowbelly because it has this nice curve here, like the belly of a pig. I thought this may be a Sowbelly because it has a little bit of a curve, but I'm going to say it's not. This is the Frost Wrangler. I'm just going to call this a normal Stockman and take it out. It is definitely a defined shape. You can see this Rough Ryder copper coil. This is model number RR1830. It is pretty much 3 3/4 of an inch. And this is a Roper in carbon steel. A little bit different, but it is also 3 3/4 inch. It is a Roper RP010CBK. Like I said, I was kind of reluctant to get these. They are Thrifty Kniffy's, one of his favorite patterns. He loves the Sowbelly, and for good reason. They're very unique. They feel good in the hand. Multiple uses, 3 blades. A little different than the normal Stockman. I was going to include these in a whole video about the differences between Stockmans, but I'll try to narrow it down to maybe a couple of videos so you're not a little overwhelmed by so many knives. This Roper, I noticed that Martin from Steel City Knives had it, and this is one that I hadn't gotten. They were in the $20 range, and excuse me, $20 range, and so I was kind of reluctant to get it. I did notice that Atlantic Knives had them for $14.99 free shipping, so I could not pass this up. It's got carbon blades. Like I said, it's 3 3/4 inch. You can see the blade really angles down. Good for cutting. Let's compare it to this one. Not quite as much of an angle. You can see. This is 440A. Like a black stone wash finish on it. This has half stops. The Roper does not have half stops. Wouldn't even call this a lazy half stop. I'd just call it no half stop. For the secondary blade, you have this giant spay blade. Very interesting shape. Also points down. And on the Rough Ryder here, you have a sheep's foot. Or lamb's foot. I don't know if I'd call it a ram's foot. Got some swedging here. A straight blade. Really nice snap to both of these. I did clean out the Roper. It wasn't too dirty when I got it. Did clean it out. And then the third blade, you have this really down sloped. I don't know what you'd call that blade. It's not really a clip point. It's not really a spay blade. We'll just call it a blade. And then on the Rough Ryder here, you have the spay blade. Now this spay blade does point down. So very interesting take on the Sowbelly Stockmans. Both very different. I mean, they're about the same length, different steels. The Roper is 1065 carbon steel. So a phenomenal deal for $14.99 free shipping, no tax. This is black bone. It's got a couple of threads here on the bolsters, and they're pinched. And on the copper coil, you have 3 threads on the bolsters. This nice detail. The stamp Rough Ryder stamp right there in the middle, no shield. this beautiful black bone with different colors and pinched bolsters, and the same on the back side. Or actually, this is the show side. This would be the pile side. It's hard to tell because they look very similar, but you can tell which way the clip point blade is showing. So yeah, to compare it to a normal Stockman, this would be just, this is the Wrangler. I have a few more I could pull out, but very similar clip point blade. Small sheep's foot. You can see the difference in size. Like, they vary in sizes. My case Stockman has a really deep sheep's foot. And like I said, this is kind of an odd one, having the giant spade blade there. But a very unique pattern. I was going to save this to show with my roper collection, but like I said, I will just show a few at a time. Blade lengths. The Rough Ryder is a little over 2.5, probably 2 5/8. And the roper would be pretty much 2 3/4. Cutting edge would be 2 3/8. About the same on the Rough Ryder. Both really good options. Now, if you hold it like this, you get a lot of purchase for whittling. The Sowbelly feels really good in the hand like that. It also feels good in the hand like that, but the blade points down. And you can see here, a great whittling knife. It will develop patina over time. And they did have the red bone option. I don't see those around anymore. And that's one of the reasons why I snatched this up, because they were disappearing. They were sold out at Chicago Knife Works. And like I said, at $14.99, phenomenal deal. So there's a look at a couple of Sowbelly Stockmans for you. I do not have a scale to weigh them. The copperhead is definitely, the copper coil is definitely way heavier with all the copper in this. Back springs look great. I think this was like $16, $17, probably because of all the copper. Did notice on the roper, the back springs look pretty decent. Minor gapping right here, and this liner has like a little chunk taken out of it, which, no worries. $15 knife, that's not much for how good the back springs are. The walk and talk, or just the walk and talk, the action is really nice. 2 blades on 2 back springs, or 2 blades on 1 back spring, and the main blade has its own back spring. And same with this Rough Ryder. Pretty much about the same thickness. This has brass liners. This has copper liners. So, thank you very much for watching. Just wanted to give a shout out to Thrifty Kniffy, the Sowbelly Master. Have a good night, guys.